lot of kids like playing baseball. Well, that's how I got, there's nothing soft about a softball. And then basketball. I had a kid fall in my knee on a volunteer basketball game when I was teaching. A kid fell and tore my ACL.
For those of you watching right now, how many times have you tuned into the MTDCNC channel, saw my face, and I'm preaching about the education, whether it be in high school or trade school. We're preaching about the labor shortage. We're preaching about getting more people involved. We're talking with women. We're talking with all sorts of people, trying to bring everyone at least the awareness to have a choice of manufacturing. But sometimes we forget two things, Mark. One, we got to convince the parents. And two, it really would be nice if we knew something when we were going into kindergarten through 6th grade, which is where you come into play, isn't it?
Right, yeah. Students have no idea about what we do. Parents don't have no idea what manufacturing is. It's always thought of from World War II, dirty,
Dull, dangerous, the 3 Ds,
dangerous, right? Exactly. And they don't realize the technology that's involved with it. And, where you can go with it. It's a job that you can make a very good, good living at, and nobody knows about it.
I talk about this a lot on my podcast as well, Mark, and it's exactly what you just said, where we're actually stabilizing not just households, which we are, but also economies and nations, because manufacturing is so important. But in the U.S., and this is where we are today in the U.S., we oftentimes overlook the potential of education at such a young level, and we think only later, whereas some of the leading manufacturing and engineering countries in the world do it at a very young age. And by the age of 15, 16, they know exactly which school they're getting into. Right. Would you mind discussing, because we are focused on K through 6 with you, right?
K through 6, K through 8.
K through 8. Would you mind discussing kind of what you guys focus on when it comes to the education and through the ages as they learn?
So what we're focusing on first is bringing an awareness to it.
Thank you for that.
We hear from manufacturers, we can't find anybody. And then you talk to parents and teachers, what is manufacturing? And so what we're doing is going into the schools. I go in with some of the, 3D printers, this desktop CNC mill here, and just talk about, small robot. This is manufacturing, and it's not like, I always use the example, and I talk to the kids, is like, you got your sneakers, you got the Nike. That sole didn't come off the Nike tree. Somebody has to make that.
Wait, there's not a Nike tree?
There's not.
Now you're blowing my mind here, Mark.
That's it. So, I try to bring up things that are, relative to kids. I always talk about, I'm sports challenged. I got 2 plates in my eyes. I got screws holding my ACL together. I got a sports handicap, and it's me.
Well, thank goodness for manufacturing.
Right, exactly. Thank goodness for manufacturing. So, you bring into the engineering part of it. You can't just stick something in somebody's body and hope it works.
I'm a little bit scared thinking about what that would be like. And maybe we did that 100 years ago or 200 years ago, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think we did. And then, but, it's like people just don't think of that end of it. It's like, somebody has got to make this whatever it is that I have. And, I always relate, sports, and, a lot of kids like playing baseball. Well, that's how I got, there's nothing soft about a softball. And then basketball. I had a kid fall in my knee on a volunteer basketball game when I was teaching. A kid fell and tore my ACL. So, but it is all types of medical. They just think of the dirty, but you got to think of the, medical, aerospace, everything gets made. Like I said, your shoes, the molds. And people need to fill these positions, because if we're not filling these positions, what's going to happen to our economy?
Yeah, I like that, Mark. And I have to ask you a question. I know we didn't prepare for this, but it's important, I think, for the audience watching right now. The MTDCNC channel is certainly nationwide. And here at Allendale, we focus on a very specific area. And you guys do an amazing job in that area. Except if I'm a parent watching right now, or if I'm a kid watching right now, and I'm in California or Texas or somewhere like that, am I still able to learn from you guys? Or can I take a piece of what you're doing and talk to my local area about implementing that? How would that all work?
Well, fortunately with the Haas site, there's online, so anybody can reach that. But for the teachers, talk to your schools, talk to the teachers, the parents, talk to the teachers, talk to the school administration, because this crisis is not just here locally, it's everywhere. So you just got to let people know, hey, why don't we have a STEM program? Why don't we have a manufacturing program? There's people everywhere looking for work.
Absolutely right. Mark, thank you so much. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for educating our audience, and thank you for sharing this story with the MTDCNC channel.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. We'll see you again soon.